worked on The Living Years, and I'd seen him here, met him here, and then I think it just I was searching for somebody sort of new, and I wanted someone who's, an engineer, because I not that I wanted a bit of co-production as well. I wanted someone who was in that role. With Steve, he was very much a producer, and we had engineers, so the co-production was, a little bit different. I mean, Steve didn't really want to call it co-produced, but it was, so I had to say in the end it was, But with Nick, it was kind of more obvious because he would be in control of the notes and the sounds, and I would be able to tell him more what I wanted and stuff. So you get that effect, and and I obviously I thought he had a reputation. I'd heard other bits and pieces he'd done, and curiously enough, he'd obviously worked with Steve Village as well, as it happened. So we kind of had that to talk about. No, it was fun. It was so we just. And it worked really well. I mean, we got on very well, and I think he liked what I did. That's the thing. The secret is to be into it. I mean, everyone can sort of get into things on a technical level, I think. But I think he got into the emotion of the music as well, and therefore could be a valuable sounding board in a way that some people, it's more difficult in a way, because they're not sure, they don't really, not quite so into what you're trying to do. So I would take his advice seriously. I might well ignore it, obviously. But,
usually ignore it.
Often ignore it. But I felt it was...
Please take that chord out, Tony.
Yeah, well, I did actually. In fact, still, that's got the final curtain on, hasn't it? Now, because the middle part of that goes through a whole series of chord changes, which kind of weird. But, I mean, it had one more key change in it. And when I got to that, he looked at me, and it was kind of like too far. And so I kind of thought, maybe he's right. I've done a lot of... I mean, I love, me, I just love chords that go weird and do stuff. And I thought, well, I don't actually need to do that. I'll keep it in the same key and do sort of rundown bit. If anybody knows the song, the Fair Weather Friends bit is the bit. And I kept it in the same key rather than going to a new key. But a bit I quite like to play from this, which I was rather proud of at the time, which I did at home, was to try and recreate a sort of brass band type feel in the middle of it. And the important thing about this was to not play in time. By this stage, all this sort of quantizing and playing everything and trying to sort of make everything so that it was perfect, it does take hold of you a bit in the end. It's quite difficult to stop yourself doing it. But with certain sounds, the only way that this was going to sound right was by letting myself sort of free up and thinking of myself a little bit like I was a sort of trombone player who was going to be behind the beat and everything, And so you're going to play that bit?
I'm going to give it a go.
That's it. So within context of the thing, obviously on its own it sounds a bit artificial, but I think in the context of the song, it does sound like a brass band. You just think they've come in there. And because it was trying to be a little bit sleazy, that was the point of it. The chords were kind of like, sleazy chords, my favourite kind of chords. And I was trying to, got you from one key change right back to another one and made the key change back sound actually quite natural, I think, even though it is quite a strange change. But so I was pleased with that one.